Hello and welcome back, everybody. Orbital is right. We are here for a short break. I'm joined by the star ADC of GVU, Mr. Nightstar here, my MVP of the match. Nightstar, I want to talk about that game too, because you guys were down for a majority of that match.
Yeah.
I mean, once you saw kind of Bajani overextend, you know, you got the kill, the 4v4. Was the call immediately like, hey, we're going to fight this Baron and we're going to win? Like, was that immediately the call there?
I mean, we have to fight it or else it's like we probably – they have a good chance of winning the game.
Yeah.
So, like, and I'm really confident. I think we can just fight it.
Yep.
It looked really easy for me, so I was like, we should fight it.
Yeah. And talk to me about that 1v2 in the mid lane when you were down like 3,000 gold. What happened there? Did you hit an arrow and you just dodged everything out?
The guy has cleanse, so if I – like – he thinks I'm going to arrow him the entire time. So I just save arrow and just flash on him. I didn't really think much. It was just all like flow state, basically.
Yes.
Like I just clicked my buttons and they both died. And I was like, all right, nice.
Yeah, and I see that you're wearing the NECC champions.
Yes,
Obviously,
sir.
it's a little bit outdated. 2022 NECC. You got to get this man a new shirt. I mean, just the confidence to have that underneath to flex it.
Yeah.
I mean, did you come into this? You guys had played a very close series against Fisher in the CLOL, championship over there, the CLOL Nationals. You ended up beating them 3-2 there. Coming into this, did you kind of feel like you had their number, or did you feel like it was going to be close? Because they could have sent you to game 3 if they played a couple different situations differently.
I think my entire team was really confident it was going to go really easily. But I thought that there was a good chance it would go to 3 games, and the games would be really difficult.
Yeah.
Because I think we beat them last time, and I think it was just nerves. But it got really difficult, but we clutched out game 2, so I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I mean, and talking about that game 1 performance, I mean, you and Aljun just absolutely destroyed Fisher there. Is that a comp that you guys have practiced, the Ziggs Varus? Is that something that you guys have always had in the back pocket, or was that like a on-the-fly decision? Because it felt like that Ziggs could have been flexed over to you.
We wanted, we've never practiced that. It was like, I've never seen June on Ziggs. That was the first time he was on Ziggs.
Okay, fair enough.
He did well.
Yeah, of course, both of you guys did well. And, obviously Nightstar coming into the LAN here, talk to me about your experience, what it means for you and for GVU, and even potentially for Castle, who is leaving GVU, who's graduated, right? I mean, does it feel nice to get him that final send-off, essentially?
I think this is one of the best LANs I've definitely played at. Besides winning, I've interacted so much with so many other school players, and it's just been so amazing.
Perfect,
I'm so happy with this LAN.
Thank you so much, Nightstar. Do you have any final shout-outs? Anyone you want to, thank? Family members, maybe GVU coach or staff or anything like that?
I want to thank my friends and my girlfriend for watching the games. It's awesome. I love my entire team. I love them. This is awesome. It's my final LAN. I'm graduating.
Okay.
So I'm just happy. It was a happy ending.
Nice final send-off for GVU. And Nightstar, I've had the pleasure of casting your career over the course of the last couple of years. You guys have been doing amazing work. I'm really excited for what GVU has to offer. And I'm hoping you guys, obviously get what you got out of the collegiate space and everything like that. I'm really happy you got to get that final send-off. Again, shout out to the Army National Guard for hosting this tournament, San Antonio NECC. We are going to go to a break. We've got more games, more championship action coming here. Overwatch, Rocket League, R6, Valorant, everything. Once again, Nightstar, thank you so much. The NECC League of Legends champion is here. We are going to go to a break. Don't go anywhere.
Sometimes I lack the bravery, 'cause I know I fear the end. One day we'll see So what you gonna do? And I can't stop thinking about you, but what you gonna do? And you know I'm feeling good like that. So what you gonna do? And I can't stop thinking about you, but what you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? wish we stayed the same. I got way too many thoughts in my brain. I got memories that run through my veins. I'm not one to blame, but I could point out every way that you changed. Some things stay up while others go right down the drain. And lately we've been going down in flames. But if I'm honest, I get in my feels when I want you. Say you feel it too, I'll haunt you. Hold on till I'm lost in the nirvana. But if I'm honest, I get in my feels when I want you. Say you feel it too, I'll haunt you. Hold on till I'm lost in the nirvana. But if I'm my therapist is saying that I should. I don't believe her, but I really wish I could. Instead, I guess I'll stay misunderstood. Oh, 'cause I'm stuck now, just trying to figure a way out of. Try but can't seem to slow down. I don't know if I want to. But if I'm honest, I get in my feels when I want you. Say you feel it too, I'll haunt you. Hold on till I'm lost in nirvana. But if I'm honest, I get in my feels when I want you. Say you feel it too, I'll haunt you. Hold on till I'm lost in nirvana. But if I'm can't seem to slow down, and I don't know if I want to. Colder when you're frozen over like I am. Colder when I'm older than I am. And I know you know that I have lost composure, but I'll hold you closer while I can. I never told you that I'm slightly broken, that I might lose focus when I am. I know you know that life gets colder when you're frozen over like I am.
explore. Imperfect visions, like I've been here before. Falling faster, I try to ignore. I see you, I see you. I'll let you drag me to hell if you hold my hand. Tell me this is real and it will never end. This is not what I came here to find. Memories show that I'm out of time. See a shadow, don't know if it's mine, but I see you, I see you, I see you, I see you. Always say bed, don't suffer no fools. Serpents, daydream. I bite, you call me lovely. Got a sweet tooth. I'm gonna get the sugar from you. When they say I'm a machine gun, I take it as a compliment. Honey, you should know I can be a weapon. I can be a weapon. Come cold blood, selfish. Your words are painless. I like when I drive and feel so dangerous. They say I'm a red flag, 'cause they want it so bad. You should know I'm holding on to what I had. When they say I'm a machine gun, I take it as a compliment. Honey, you should know I can be a weapon. I can be a weapon. You have habits just like me. Talk too much with strangers. Get way too serious around family. And I don't have any wishes, but when I kiss you, our lips fit well. And I don't have expectations, but when I daydream, I fall asleep. And our hands melt. It started out as teasing, but I had deeper meaning when I touched your chest. Now I don't know how to act, but if I did, Way too many faces in the crowd, but I think that I see you. One too many days got me changing up the way that I need you. Now we're both at a bar, acting like it's not hard, trying to feel something different. Talk to somebody new, kinda wish it was you, kinda numb to the feeling. Now that you're gone, they say time should heal, but it's been too long. Couple months and I can't seem to move on. I can't seem to move on. I can't seem to. I can't seem to. Not that you're mine. I can't seem to. I can't seem to. Laying on my floor, thinking about all the things that we've been through. From 24/7 to pretending like I never met you. No, it's all for the best, cause I know we're a mess every time we're together. Going out of my mind, and I wish I could lie, tell you that it gets better. Now that you're gone, they say time should heal, but it's been too long. Couple months where I can't seem to move on. I can't seem to move on. I can't seem to. I can't seem to. I can't seem to move. Now that you're gone, they say time should heal, but it's been too long. Couple months and I can't seem to move on. I can't seem to move on. I can't seem to.
Baby, I just wanna be alone. I don't need your company, stop blowing up my phone. You don't get the things that I've been through, and I don't have the time to lay it all in front of you. And you think that you wanna save me. You don't know it, baby, why you do this? I got this under control. You think you do, but you really don't know that I don't need a savior. You can't be my savior. I'll save myself. I'll save myself. No, I don't need a savior. You can't be my savior. I'll save myself. I'll save myself.
Breaking up all this static running through my blood. Again, why do you waste your light on me? Out of luck, can I keep my head above this time? Again, feeling the ground collapse on me. Blown around in a storm that only brings me down. Again, why does it feel so hard to breathe? Why does it feel so hard to breathe? So hard to breathe. Never found, but these voices bring me to my knees. Again, why do you waste your light on me? Again, feeling the ground collapse on me. Feeling the ground collapse on me.
I used to view you as a mountain that I couldn't climb at first. But I've only stumbled over diamonds, and I no longer fear the worst.
trying to get to you. Yeah, I'm trying to get to you. I wanna get to you, cause I gotta get to you. I would climb 1,000 mountains, swim across the darkest ocean, cause I'm trying to get to you. Yeah, I'm trying to get to you. I wanna get to you, cause I gotta get to you. I gotta get to you. 1974. I think I'm going insane. I'm feeling crazy. Can't get it out of my head. Oh no, if the devil inside takes hold, then I just might wind up dead. Wasted, face it. You're never gonna be the one. Rockstar, you won't get far, but at least you had fun. People tell you you can be anything you wanna be, a king or a queen, as long as you got a dream. Oh no, it's a lie. They just wanna take your life, try to tell you it's a battlefield. People tell you you can be anything you wanna be, wanna go to outer space, superhero in the streets. Oh man, what a lie, what a time to be alive. How have I survived? Life's a battlefield. 1974.
everybody, and welcome to the League OS Overwatch Finals here at San Antonio for the Boeing Techport Center. It's been an exciting weekend of gameplay for all these teams competing for that top spot. My name's Tiny Shiny, joined by Bearlight, as we get to unwrap some Overwatch high school action.
That's right, exactly. These high schoolers are pumped. They're in this arena that's kind of incredible. If you're not here and you want to know about it, it's awesome. The Boeing Center here at Techport in the lovely San Antonio, Texas. And they got the experience to watch a lot of the collegiate teams perform, but now it's their time to shine. They hit the stage for their finals here with League OS, and they are ready to get things going as we speak right now.
And why not introduce our two teams that we have. We have Bixby High School coming from Oklahoma to compete today against what has been the #1 team for a while in Hebron High School out of Carrollton, Texas. So with these two squads kind of gearing up to get ready, of course, a lot of emphasis, I think, on Hebron here to have that repeat, to continue this dominance that they have. But let's have to see how this new blood will compare as Bixby looks to take them up in the gauntlet.
And that's right. You know, you're trying to measure up against a team that has, I guess you can call it, home field advantage, although granted it's a little bit farther away than you can comfortably say that. And Hebron's not, it's Bixby not that far away, all right? They're within Oklahoma. But as we look into these rosters, these are the players, the root that has certainly gotten these teams to this point. To be able to work for one another at this level is obviously incredibly important. We'll see, of course, between these two teams, it's all about being able to coordinate and communicate. And for this, I know it's tough here for Bixby, but here Hebron, to be able to accomplish this, you know that there's no sleepers, especially when you've seen Bixby before.
Yeah, this is a familiar matchup between these teams, and especially with how the League OS format is. It's about these rankings. It's about putting these players in a position that if they want to continue their career in collegiate, it's very easy to find them. Who has been these top performers? Who has been these top schools? And was invited as a part of that reign. Of course, Hebron in the #1. Bixby not all that far behind. And I think something that we look at, especially in high school Overwatch, is that communication piece. Yes, there's a lot of emphasis on individual talent and mechanical skill, but Overwatch is so rooted on your ability to work together, combo your abilities, and take the space while staying on track. So those are kind of the main points that we'll be keeping an eye out for as these teams take the stage.
Oh, keep in mind, this high school age is like, it's almost you're expected to be, in your, I wouldn't say prime within esports, but a lot of the most talented players start at this age or very close to it, but a lot of them are still finding their way as well. And for these players, it's a big moment in their lifetimes to be able to take this stage. They see the collegiate pipeline as available to them, and also for some of these players, the tier 2, maybe even reaching the tier 1 area. If they continue to work on themselves and be able to prove that they can play as a team. In addition, it really does take both to get to that next level.
It's a glimpse of what could be ahead for a lot of these players today, and we'll have, of course, some graduating. It is May after all, so we'll be moving on to whatever is next for them. I think, of course, being at a land that combines high school and collegiate, I think that is a path considered for a lot of them. So I think depending on the performance today will affect these rankings. It is a grand final after all, so at the end of this first to 3, we will find out who will be our new League OS Overwatch champion.
It's kind of a battle between two personalities, too. I got to sit in the media room for both of these teams as they, had their questions asked just a couple days ago. And it was Hebron that was like, hey, we've been here before. We expect no less than the win. And for Bixby, they're like, hey, we'll be good if we get to the finals at the end of the day. So that's going to be the difference here. But it looks like we do have a start here. It'll be Lijiang Tower to kick us off here. So look ahead here. It's a very, common map. I've been part of the map pool for a long time. So what are you expecting here?
It's a very classic map. You have, of course, your one brawl point in Control Center, but it's all about speed. You can play dive compositions on our other 2 maps and see how that can be performed later on. Bans have been confirmed as well. Hebron will take away the Lucio, and that is a key component not only for the potential of environmental eliminations, but that speed. Whereas Bixby, Spawn with the Ash, not a common pick, I think, that we see on this map, but definitely can be a threat on more of our open objectives. So we'll see what they're looking out for. Is this a Hebron map pick, as they are the higher seed?
Yeah, I think that could be a combination here. When you talk about the Ash, it's not a common one, no, but that means that you may know exactly what your team, your opponents are looking to accomplish here. And not to mention, it could be a thing where you just measure up your hit scans here as well. Can we gain an advantage just simply by taking away your comfort pick here? But yeah, the Lucio, you're right. I mean, when we talk about the Lijiang Tower, lots of places where you can become more brawly to take away the Lucio. That is more common as far as being able to take that off as well, and makes you reconsider the support approach for both of these teams, really.
And one thing we haven't talked about too, especially now that the Lucio is off the table, Jetpack Cat Bastion. Both of those are available on this map. It has seen a lot of play in the higher levels of Overwatch and has influenced quite a few people. Whether it has reached the high school level, we're about to find out. I think the Ash ban could have an impact on that. That's where I could see her being a bit more effective, or that into the likes of a Pharah or an Echo. So if we are to run that Jetpack Cat Bastion, it is very impressive if you don't have the ability to mirror it, especially if the counters are taken off time.
It's so tough to do, especially when you want to play in a certain style and you have that circulating. That can be very difficult to go up against, yes. And but it really, when I'm thinking like Lucy off the map here too, maybe an Ana comes out here. I know it's not common, but definitely it has their place, and potentially that's what we see. And we see it for both sides here. Midi Carter, as it stands right now, we'll see if this locks in as we go along. Kira goes without saying here, so that would be kind of the lineup here for both of these teams. But Hot starts as an obvious one as well. We'll see how they get things going here for Lijiang Tower as we begin at the night market here and now.
More like day market. Lights turned on for this one. Bixby and Hebron mirror their support comps on a sticking for Skippy and Mini Carter. See a lot more playtime, and they'll actually have a ton of power with those bio nades denying the healing from the other team. A slower approach from Emong and Hebron playing this Sigma. It's going to be about the poke game, whereas Bixby, they want to get up close and personal. If Skippy can land a Bionade, or perhaps Luton Team, she can land some of these shots on the Cassidy, they can turn around, but with Skippy going down first, a lot of healing now missing from Bixby.
Yeah, keep it a kind of a distance to be on the poke and still here as well. But you'll see them kind of challenge into the far side and just doing a great job to zone them as they work their way out to Bixby being challenged early from a lot of the damage that you catch from the poke. So that'll allow them to cap first here as it continues on here for Hebron. And now at Hazard, again, we saw the early one, the jagged wall, but they've been having a difficult time trying to hit it. Now as Sigma right onto them too, will gather in and try to jump into it, but hard to see as Beast there from the distance. That poke continues to rear its head, the Pharah from the sky, just being able to raid down, and they do the rest 1, 2, 3, and remaining in control.
Yeah, you can tell Hebron hard target here onto Skippy, been the first to die in both fights, and it's not his fault, I'm going to be totally honest. Every resource is being dumped onto this Ana. He's doing his best to play safe, but decides, you know what, this isn't it. Going to swap over to the Juno for a little bit more mobility. I like that a lot. It'll give Chicken more power to get into the fight. Blackwind can keep up. We'll see the Hyper Ring come on out, but 3 players caught into Gravitic Flux. Emong slams him down to the ground.
That's right, and trying to strike in. It just takes a little bit of an id, and that's all it is. Gravitic Flux and all the rest follow suit. As the Meteor also lands, Beast able to jump in and cause the rest of the damage. A team kill here. Hebron really showcasing why they've gotten to this point and are the favorites coming into match one.
It's the discipline, really. I mean, it's still holding on to this barrage. You'll have nearly 4 ults on line as we're doing last fight. Bixby starting an early rotation to the point, but they're already down Luton T.
Raj was trying to chase them off as well, but now they've found a little bit of space here on the back wall, but it's only going to be temporary too, as Beast just has to kind of swing around in that instance, plus you're going to run into the Sigma as well. Out the back door, Emong's been absolutely massive in this way. 10 players down, kill in a row, and that might have been the last fight, one last ditch effort if somebody can touch here from Bixby.
Yeah, and Johnny G still has this Kitsune rush, and AOE can help set this up, but Bixby is very difficult to get to the objective to begin with. It's going to have to be a fast push. Chicken already has the sights set, but the way to get healed up and run there.
And so that last, again, you're just being constantly peppered. I don't think this is a situation where they could find their way through. They were able to get the cap, yes, but now at the end rate, try to back out, and Beast from the backside as well, able to dash in the boot, and actually gets the kill off that too. And so, regardless of the fact that you have the nerf from Pharah in, they're still laying out damage left and right. It's so hard to track and they should be back on. And sure enough, they will cap this first round of Lijiang Tower pretty easily here for Hebron.
Yeah, 1 down, 1 to go for the Hawks. They have this composition that has so many threats. You have this strong Sigma in the front line of Emong. You have Beast waiting in the sky on the Pharah. And depending on what our next round is going to be, if it is Night Market, I really do fear for how Bixby can respond. The Pharah is even stronger on the subjective. Emong has a lot more space
barring
to move
relativistic
around.
effects,
We did
of
see some
course.
nice points from Chicken. He got his engagement. Unfortunately, it did leave us a back line open, and it was something that Hebron High School were able to take advantage of. So it does sound like we'll be going into Gordon Zone round number 2. This is not what you want to see, though. If you are Bixby, they're just going to switch their strategy. This is what we thought you would see. Skippy on the Jetpack Cat, and then carrying around Luke and T on the Bastion.
You got that, and then the Vendetta as well to kind of just keep the ground game too, so you have for multiple layers. It's obviously going to be very difficult to counter, yes, but Hebron as well with that poke will make it a little bit easier, especially with the damage that they've been able to lay out. We'll see if that's the case here. He's able to charge onto one try and lay into it. So ground and sky working into it. They're dealing with a hungry embrace, so they're only able to last so long, especially with Emong doing what they did in that first round as well, and continues to do it here.
I really do like this change of strategy from Bixby. As I mentioned, it's very difficult to play against Jetpack Cat Bastion without something to match it, but the difference was using Blackwind as early as you did. Bixby were already at disadvantage. Hebron will win that frontline battle, but the 2 players are in the sky, and that Skippy getting chunked down in the graveyard at a range. This will be a challenge. Across the bridge with Chicken. Up to get them there. Really doesn't matter.
Does get the stun though, and now we'll work past the shield too, and now that will allow them to open some space up in front as they kind of trade in, back and forth, looking in. Able to grab into it though. The stun lands twice, still low, 130 as Chicken remains in and lost that support too. When you're losing one after another there from your support Curie down as well, you just have to regroup at this point in time. You found little spots, but Hebron otherwise has been completely able to deny whenever you find that look.
Yeah, and I think that what Chicken was doing, you're just making sure Emong can't participate in the fight, but the problem is Reese doesn't care about that, Graveyard doesn't care about that. Both of them are holding these strong ankles on the side. The rest of Bixby can't quite catch up to their teams. When Spartans will adjust again. They'll put Blackwind on the Symmetra, hoping to get there first, but you're down AoE. You don't have the healing. Reese is looking to set the barrage.
Plus you got the barrage, yeah, and you don't even have to use it in that exchange, already knowing that you had it pretty much locked down with 75%. The rest will fall. Goodness, Beast has been unstoppable in this map. It shows, and it's just continuously playing them at a distance. His poke has been working.
Yeah, and Hebron, last fight now, 5 ultimates to work with compared to maybe 2 out of Bixby.
Yeah.
If they can even get to the objective, but Hebron, they're not going to let them.
Yeah, they need to be able to approach them from the sky, and that look, it was instantly Gravitic Flux into the barrage, and all the rest follows suit. Everybody getting some love at the tail end as well. The team kill to put the exclamation point on what was a dominant Lijiang Tower, and Hebron is certainly matching the expectations we had coming in.
Yeah, looks like another day in the park.
Yeah.
For the Hawks. This team has their composition down. They know what their strengths are, and it's so difficult, I think, to find one threat to focus on when they're surrounding you at every angle. I think Emong is the more obvious thing on the Sigma. A very stable pick. You can just stand there and let the team take these hard angles. If they want to stand behind you, you have a shield that you can provide for them. There's so much utility that it has to offer. It sets up Beast very well, not to mention these supports. We're getting in on the action. I like that they're spreading out and trying to overwhelm Bixby. It was working very well on Lijiang Tower. We'll have to see how that continues, because it's now Bixby's map pick.
Exactly. So now you'll find a little bit of more life. Sure, you take one out the back door here, but you got to continue in and hold your head high. There wasn't a whole lot that you could do here, but as you kind of switch into a different map type, you force their hands at the very minimum. So for Hebron, though, I'm not sure they're going to be too concerned because they've had different looks, and they kept them guessing. They started the fights exactly where they wanted them to start them. Like, they controlled that entire pace, and when you're in that situation, constantly try to hero flip the whole entire time, you just can't kind of get your feet in under you. So that's tough to kind of manage, and will continue here in this map too, unless they can figure out and get that kind of stabilized as time goes on.
And something that we mentioned too before the game started was how communication and synergy is going to play a part in these teams' performances. And Hebron, maybe not necessarily from a synergy point. Yeah, they had good fight plans. You can tell by the way that their ultimates were planned out. They never really overcommitted outside of one instance there. But you can see that they knew what the fight plan was. They know what every individual's job is on that team. They have that trust in each other from the time they've played together to make sure that, hey, if I'm going to push on this point, I expect maybe my Fora to shoot out of the sky and drop a couple rockets on him, for example. And I think that's something that has separated Hebron from the rest of the teams that we see in high school Overwatch.
Yeah, it's tough, especially when you try to find solutions, right? But you don't. The Curio is working extremely well, but Lucio, again, that ban kind of made them fall flat. So, but that's the luxury of being able to have the next map choice, so that way you can kind of dial into it. But that being said, you'll be Hebron. It'll be up to them as far as who they choose, what side they'll start on to, and each will look to roll into it. It looks like they're going towards the escort route here, Tiny Shiny.
Yeah. So Escort, we do
so
have a set map.
Yeah,
exactly. There we go. Okay. So we'll be on Escort regardless of that. It does look like deliberation is still happening for teams. Escort is kind of one of those game types that can snowball easily, and I think Hebron are very happy about that. They're a team that they are go, go, go. They are not going to stop unless they are given a reason to, and I think Bixby, they're just getting overwhelmed constantly. Lost in the sauce is kind of the way that you can put it nowadays, right? So Escort does amplify that quite a bit, which is how ranged they tend to be and the set positions of the attack and defense.
So that's the area of emphasis for sure, and I think, as things get a little bit more linear as far as the poke is concerned, obviously it depends on where we land here from a map standpoint, which we'll get to here in just a second. So, the counter, obviously, you got to be able to find things on the dive, be able to get in the front door, and be able to kind of work from there. So that's where we currently stand right now. So, that's what we're looking at right now, Tiny.
Yeah.
Take it to. Yep.
Yeah, and I think that too, that when you're Bixby on this map, you're going to have a bit of a hard time figuring out like what really is going to be a good option. I think you want to amplify the success that you have had. We can tell that what we're seeing from Luton T, she really likes to be on this hit scan, and that is something you can work with. Ash was banned on the previous map, granted by Bixby, so if that is something that she would like to keep up with, would be very interested to see that there. But otherwise, I think the main point is we can tell they're making adaptations. They are talking to each other like, hey, this isn't working. We need to switch things up. They just haven't quite found the correct recipe yet.
That's exactly. But you keep testing the waters as you go. You don't want to get fall into the trap where you're constantly having to do it. But that is true. I mean, when we talk about young players, they were very dedicated on what they wanted to bring out sometimes. So to be able to actually see those switches, step in the right direction, find the right recipe, very difficult to do, especially with the coordination we see that is obvious here from Hebron. So to continue to test those waters, sure. But here in this map too, you just kind of switch plays, clean slate here at the end of the day. We move on.
Yeah. And you can tell a lot of support coming in from the coach of Bixby right now, giving the team good pep talk before this game as they are still deliberating what's their next map, and bans will end up being just actually getting confirmation as we were speaking, ironically. We'll be watching by Gibraltar. And this map is both ranged and dive heavy. And this is like, you play dive or you lose kind of map. That is just how it is. It has been that way since release. And that means that Bixby, they're confident to go here, but they don't want to take any risks of there being any dive, or non-dive, rather. They are banning the Sigma.
Sigma, yeah. Poke is off the board, too, and that's because of just how much you were able to set up just from your tank alone, and having that as your setup piece and staple piece, and they did get so much value out of it that you've got to be able to take that off the board, too. So I do like that as the ban coming into this one, too. But, yeah, you're right. We go back to the discussion here as we wait for the next ban to come out about Watchpoint Gibraltar, all about being able to kind of deny a high ground if you're the attack. And so a Winston Diva might be a look here, especially from the attack, to get them down. So you kind of play that game as you roll through. And so both teams will kind of play off of that. But as you mentioned, that first ban on the we'll see what's next.
Yeah, I'm a little shocked. This is, honestly, I think one of the top 2 hardest maps to play in Overwatch because of the oppressive high ground especially as an attacker, or just knowing how to position correctly, it's about baby steps. You can't all in at once, and that is where that communication piece is going to come in. Like, all right, say you're on Winston or Diva, I'm going to use my boosters to jump up to this angle, let the rest of the team regroup, make sure that I don't die, and then, okay, the team pushed back, we're going to reposition to now match that while simultaneously moving the payload. It's very complicated, especially at the start, so I'm very curious about the strategy that is going to be deployed here. We do have that second ban coming in, and it will be a Kiriko ban, actually, from Hebron, likely forcing the Ana to come back in, which we did see a lot of success with from their support line.
I feel like you're dealing with a place of strength whenever you're banning a Kiri, just simply because, both teams will not be able to utilize it, right? So they also had their own Kiri that I thought did extremely well. So they very confident in their Ana, and rightfully so. We saw so much happen and develop because of the nades, not to mention, nano boost you have available to you. So I think I like it. I think that's probably the place of strength. Hebron looking to bring in, again, just find and continue on with that momentum we've seen so frequently. I think that exists here as well. We'll get the starting side in just a second as well.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see how this will be deployed. It will be the Hebron on defense, and I think being able to set the tone this way to make sure, hey, I know how far I have to push is pretty common if you have the choice to pick the side. More than often than not, we'll see the defense, even though it doesn't have all that much advantage. This game, though, I want to highlight the supports. This, especially for Johnny G and Minnie Carter, this is their time to shine. Iyari is in such a good spot. She does so much damage, and Johnny G was fragging on the Kiriko. Not to mention Minnie Carter landed the Bionades, hitting the sleeps on Ana, and this is one of those sleeper maps, no pun intended, for these types of heroes to be able to work out, and it's almost more threatening, arguably, than the DPS at times.
Sure enough, so for Johnny G here in the Iyari, as long as you're, hitting your shots here, a little bit of the nerf as far as like the ultimate, as far as your diameter of that shot. But I know for a fact that they can lay it down. Johnny G proved that as well with that on it. Certainly good combination. Lifeweaver is interesting for sure. Skibby going to bring that in with the Juno combination. Some completely different looks from start to finish, but you do still have that dive feel from Bixby. But as far as being able to get past that, and Hazard going to be taking him out with that shield as well.
Yes, and she'll actually be the one to go down first. And it's kind of the difficult part. There's so many angles that you can be poked out from by Hebron on this map, and feeling that first. And again, you gotta take this in slow steps and stages. Get your supports in a safe position before Chicken makes his team leap into the fight.
I love how they're just like standing their ground here as well. That's been fantastic. Pushed out to the top of tunnel, so all the way back. So for Bixby, at least they're able to push a little bit more as time goes on too. And look how low they've gotten this Hazard as well. Just early damage laid out already from the Ashe they had banned previously. That Juno's got no shot as well.
Wow. And Minnie Carter MVP in that fight. Yes, he got 2 final blows, but that Bionade, that hit 3 people. You gotta like those. You like to see that. If you are Hebron, you lose Rapier. He'll be back in no time. Bixby do have a small window, though, to work with, and I wonder if that's part of why Blackwind swapping off his Genji to use the Vendetta. It's a bit more deadly, I think, but it's not as consistent, especially with the nerf that it keeps getting hit with. So, as we see Bixby High School start to take this next leap, I like the wraparound by the stairs, trying to get the jetpack cat on hard, but that's not really the hero you want to see on the ground.
No, exactly, because you're going to be targeted in a heartbeat. That's exactly what we're seeing. Chicken, very low too. Damage with Beast in the back door too, and that's just one after another. As Tino had a little bit of a bite back there, but all will be silenced there. Another reset incoming here for Bixby.
Yeah, Lutency, you love to see those, especially when, you're having the extra picks come in, you have time to reset, but also Hebron perfectly executed on that play. Another 3-man Bionade out of Minnie Carter, and the pinch between Emong and Beast. What's the dynamite? You threw everything at that point, and Emong still isn't letting the team get set up. There's the pitch again.
And Chicken kind of on their own here in this moment, so that'll be a little bit difficult too, but you see 3 ultimates are also online. Make it 4. They're right there, and still ticking up with Iyari too. And you're losing one after another as well. A bit of a stagger, but that's how well they isolate you from Hebron right now. Chicken, they just have the back door. Nope, not going to be able to find it too. So more down, that stagger continues to hurt Bixby as time goes on.
90 seconds to go, Bixby. Again, you can tell that they're talking. Like, you know what, this isn't working. We're making a lot of swaps to see what can actually end up hitting, and I think you're looking at Luton T here with his override protocol. You're going to find a way to break through this defense. It's going to be here and now. Bionade is already out, so it's time to strike, but it's not like Ebron. Here's Connor both around.
So here, if it did anything more, you're going to be getting done. You might as well. So that is the way to open it up. And yes, finally a little bit of life here as they gather 1, 2, 3. But Beast was able to manage it too, and that was not off the pulse bomb. It was afterwards.
Wow.
Candy 3 plus Emong. That's why you bring in the hazard, finding a lot of mobility to get on the back line. It looked like Bixby had a little bit of life, but it's taken away instantly.
And Bixby are still on the payload, so yeah, they come up with some progress, but Beast, oh my goodness, both supports going down there.
Right.
Just being those two, there was no sustain for Bixby. The longer that fight went on, the mechanics absolutely insane. This is downpouring everybody.
Oh no. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. They get trapped for a extended period of time. That is the indoor, and now the captive son to finish his job there for Johnny G. And that is a team wipe completely. 22 seconds remaining, and Hebron just continue to impress.
Yeah, that perfect combination of ults, downpour, nade, whatever you need to happen. For Bixby right now, final fight territory. They're gonna try to get the air to the fight, but they just drop him right in front of Beast to clean up. Skippy and Aonique have their ultimates, but nobody to consistently touch the payload. I believe it's Chicken who's on there now, but with the rest of the team falling apart, it won't be lasting long.
Timber, and sure enough, there it is. Over time will run out. They did manage to get 63 meters. Not all is lost through the choke point, but it'll be a long climb on defense here for Bixby as Hebron out to a stellar start. As they just, it's every single time that they get, their feet under them swiped up, because it doesn't matter where you are on this map either. They have an approach, they have an answer, and Bixby, the adjustments made a little bit of difference here. That's a little bit of light, but Hebron otherwise had every single answer, it felt like.
Yeah, Beast and Emong didn't die, and I think those two are some of the key components that we're seeing. The setup is there from both of the supports, but between those two, getting these pinches, having that side swap, going to really change how things are. Did have, I think, a couple good picks in there from Luton T, especially the Override Protocol combo. Just obliterated Diana in the back. There's not much you can do about that if we're Carter, but it happens. And those are the combos we want to see. Hebron are just so consistent with their pressure. There's very little that can be done to respond to that.
Oh, it's so difficult as well. When we talk about a combination that can be frustrating to play against, how about a downpour into the captive son? It's like you're going to be trapped here for an extremely long time, and we really had a whole lot of pain too. Plus, kept one alive just for the stagger, and then it was a constant just battle to try to get back to that site. I think back to point. So it was just not quite the way they wanted to start this off. But again, if you have a strong defense, try to get it together here. All things considered, you got to be basically perfect. But at the same time, that's why we play these maps. Let's see the switch. If it kind of gets a clean slate, they can start from it.
Yeah, we have Aonique on the rig, and I think that's going to help her stay alive. Some of these dives that Emong and Beast now on the Genji are going to look to do. But again, here's the baby steps. Emong getting set up on the point. Luton T, though, does catch out Mini Cardi. You have to respect these hit scans for the angles, because that's going to slow down Hebron quite a bit.
Exactly. But, Chicken Weave, we can call out the fact you switch the Orisa to at least be on the top side, and that's where you go. Good spear actually kept him right in place for the rest of the swing it forward too, and Chicken only temporarily lift though his piece in the back door too. The Genji, if you lose track, you're going to catch the blade.
I'm starting to see why his name is Beast, because I think that's just what he is. And any hero that we have seen him pick up today, an absolute monster. Hebron, they're just looking to end this here and now in a record time. Only 6 remaining for Bixby. People still to be silent to Emong. Make sure nobody else can use the payload.
Yeah, it's just keep it busy in the back line. Why not? They've already gotten there too. Nobody there to touch it. You have one, but it will be short-lived for sure. 1, 2, 3 to secure map number 2. And Hebron will be on championship point with another impressive run, this time at Watch Point Gibraltar.
Still no deaths for Beast. Finished 26-0. Impressive. It honestly just doesn't even seem like enough. And I would want to look back at this play in the game, because it is just a true look on what he was able to do. Solo kills onto both of these supports. Found them both low. turns it right back around, and gets this pulse bomb, or not even the pulse bomb, just the blatant melee.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Onto the team. That's one of the harder mechanics to be able to pull off consistently, and a testament to the talent that these high school players have.
That's right. And to their credit, actually the pulse bomb happened a little bit earlier there, and
Yeah.
it was a little bit wide, and yet you still didn't lose focus. And I love that about the mentality of these players too. Like, they just continue to stick with it as well, even in that phase. So the combinations there, it doesn't matter if it is a situation where you're running into a whole lot of ultimates from your opponents, like whether or not you're winning that battle or in that right position, you're still being overwhelmed by what has been just flawless. Your hit scans are hidden, your flex DPS finding ways to get it done, plus the tank out in front just being able to open up everything as well. The support play is just on point anyways, but their job's pretty easy, especially when you're being protected 24/7.
Yeah, and it will change a bit. I think that's just how the nature of Escort is. Yes,
Sure.
it can be harder to reach some of these backlines, but that's kind of why you're looking at how can my tank clear space so that we can get value out of our aggressive supports like the Yardi, like the Yana, that Carter and Johnny ended up playing. We do have our next map coming in. It will be Flashpoint Saravasa for what could be the final map of our League OS Overwatch Grand Finals.
Yeah, and for Hebron, just thinking back to the last couple of maps, I think that's certainly the one that you're looking to kind of jump back on. And this is a map pick that comes from Bixby as well. So, it's good to try and kind of switch it up, but that's a fantastic position to put yourself in here too. But it's just, it all goes back to being able to get it done no matter what the supports look like there too. I thought, all things considered, the Juno wasn't quite working and you made that switch, so it kind of goes back to the point where you're willing to make the adjustments. Whether or not you can make enough here, especially on Flashpoint, where you saw the poke at Lijiang Tower work extremely well for Hebron, and for them, they'll have that opportunity to do the same here at this map.
Yeah, and it's a similar pace. Lucio, at least as of now, have not had words on bans, is still available.
Sure.
Did get really heavy in this last patch. It was kind of the, hey, we played Lucio Kiriko for 2 years straight. Let's try something else kind of patch.
Classic,
but
yeah.
The joke is that everyone was already playing on a Yardi Jetpack Cat anyway. So,
yeah.
it was kind of funny. So, with that hero taking the hit, could see some swap ups on that regard. Flashpoint is all about pacing and point control, point presence. How are you kind of toe tapping in and out of these objectives? We do have a substitution coming in. Dimensional will be coming in for Bixby at this time and subbing out for Blackwind.
All right, get somebody in and get fresh slate here too. That's why you have these depths in rosters. Switch it up a little bit too, and be able to counter and be potentially look to lay out a little bit more damage. So maybe just a mentality thing as well. Sometimes you want that switch up because you never know when you have a situation where you can bring a little bit more variety in your heroes as well. That could find some counters. So rather not, obviously it's just speculation at this point, but hey, sometimes that fresh mentality can do wonders.
Yeah, fresh mentality, an opportunity to play on a LAN stage as well, I think is really cool.
Fantastic.
And we get to have everybody participate.
That's right.
And get the time to shine here, have their skills highlighted. So I do like that we get to see a new look. But I think for Bixby too, this being a faster-paced map, how can they adjust? How can they find a way to break through this rock-solid play that has been Hebron? The communication, the rotations, the way that they are cycling their abilities has looked fantastic so far. And then you just have ridiculous mechanical talent like Beast to back it up.
You think it's like as easy as, okay, let's go and target the supports and then get the, until you realize that like they've been bullied whenever they get to the background, even when they have the poke too. So I think we have our bans in as well, Tiny.
Yes, it does sound like we have that first one. It'll be a hazard ban, actually, coming in from Hebron, as Bixby elected to go second. We saw Chicken try to post up on that for most of the map so far. So it'll force him perhaps out of his comfort zone. Did attempt the Sigma for a little bit there, but the ban and response makes a lot more sense.
I think so too. Yeah, it's just that's where you really go into the details and figure out, more so on the meta side of things, especially with what you've seen from your team. You mash those two together from your opponents, and then you come up with the perfect solution. For me, I think they've been doing everything right, including those picks too, the bans, and that's what we're seeing yet again showcase itself.
Yeah. It will actually have the Ana Bandaway for the second pick. It was, and I think it makes sense with how well Midi Carter has been playing, and it's one of those silent heroes. As a support player, you have so much responsibility, but you don't really get your flowers often. I think that's where like Ana Iardi can start to step up, but even then, it's still difficult. You have to really look and see where that success has been coming from. So it will just be a swap back to good old Lucio Kiriko for Hebron.
You know, on the other side, you see Mizuki kind of peek its head through and see if that'll remain here as they look to lock things in. And it's very possible here. This one, I mean, they changed a little bit about the ultimate as well from Mizuki to potentially. I don't know if that's gonna give you that, but Manga look as well. I know that's your favorite look, right? Is to see the Manga out.
I'm fine with one Mauga. Two Maugas just standing there and shooting each other. That can be something else. There is a Mei in the mix from Dimensional 1 who was recently subbed on in for Bixby. Right. So that can cause a lot of disruption to the Mauga play for Emong. But I also worry about Beast. Tons of frontline pressure. So when these guys come in, that's a perfect wall to isolate the tank.
Yeah, exactly. You just have so much tankiness too here. As Lucy didn't really stand a chance. Midi Carter laying out the left and right essentially and allowing the Tracer. You lost track because you're busy on the front lines and Hebron, that's how you want to start a map to try and close out here on map 3.
Yeah, the hard part with the Mei wall here is you have either hyper mobility or something to go up and you can go over the wall if your name's not Ebon. So Hebron feeling pretty okay with this. That is right here, getting sniped out by an icicle early. You'll see Hebron start to retreat. This is Bixby's best chance to push in.
This would be the time to try and get, obviously here you want to go brawl for brawl, but Hebron's had that first lead. Swinging around to make sure that they have that distance and gap between them before they can get to you. You lay it out in the meantime. But they have the strength they're playing off of as well, so Bixby was able to push them off site temporarily. That was the thing they needed, but Lucio gets him in the front door. Maga on the front lines as well, trains everybody else in the process. Nobody left standing at the end of the day. It's another clean wipe here for Hebron, as this time ticks down here on this first point. Again, Hebron temporarily set back, but Bixby did it.
Yeah, if you're Bixby here, you got your 21%, but in the case of Hebron, the call to back off, wait for your key cooldowns to come back up, was near perfect, had the opportunity to engage, and look at the ultimate, the cabinet there to go, Fremont, sprinting into the void, has backup to do it, both combo, Glendon sticking on a 2, and there's Beast doing the dance of death in the back line. Hebron will take market.
It was the pulse bomb that got them looking away, and Beast just in with the Blossom as well, and then with the rest, Dimensional got out temporarily, but it wasn't enough to be able to brawl that out, and so for Bixby, letting your guard down for a second certainly won't, especially when you have Beast just flying in like that. Fantastic job.
Yeah, they're making this work as they rotate over to our next objective. Feel pretty good. Hebron have the initial positioning. This Blizzard from Dimensional can make things rather frosty. So you can pop it up or just throw it as a counterplay into Emong's cage. Lots of options for them to work with. Dimensional stuff to go for.
The people get them in, well, they're knocked right back out in the process too. That'll be the Blizzard used as well, but I mean, how much can you really do in this circumstance? They're back in and in a hurry too. The beat works wonders, gave them the survivability to just clean wipe yet again here for Hebron.
Johnny G not only takes 3 eliminations to himself, he also saves his entire team in the process. That was a frame-perfect protection, Suzu, to deny the Blizzard entirely from Dimensional. That was a big play that he wanted to run in with. Now, more options, and Emo just left in the big play.
Yeah, Mizuki target out into this, and yeah, they're down and surrounded, and you still have the gate. Oh, the gate's used for everybody else to join the party. Even if you're late to the party here for Hebron, you're still getting some love in at the end of the day. So the good news here for Bixby is they will have more ultimates online. Hebron used a lot here, but the second points, do you challenge into it now or do you wait a bit?
I think you can mix this. There's no sound barrier. There is no counter cage. Maybe you get a Death Blossom, but if you're Chicken, this is the freest cage you have ever seen in your life. He has the power to win this for Bixby, not to mention everything else they could possibly do. I'd love to have the Deadeye going up as well. Now, they're going to back off. there's the cage, and it catches 2.
Yeah, there you go. And you have it in the front door. You didn't even have to utilize everything else. Continue to rush. Let's make sure that you get the job done. Listen, you want to check everything, especially against Hebron. So this will be a case where they're able to challenge into it. Should be able to switch the cap, and sure enough, they do with 99%. So they won't surrender it now. They did, all things considered, they did a good job holding some ultimates in here as well.
Yeah, I think that was the best bet we've seen from Bixby.
Yep.
Not only did they save their ultimates for these next fights, you can't afford to lose one on this point. They're very well prepared with this.
Yes, sure enough. Right on, just trying to got it, Bo. But now with them down, plus the Deadeye landing on top of everything else. Okay, a little bit of life here as Chicken was able to dive in at the very tail end as well. Bixby laying about, but look as Malga continues to stay on point, basically just trying to buy time, and he'll have to join the rest of the team as Bixby did a great job to stand tall in the ground.
Yeah, that was fantastic to do. A bit of a whoopsie there from Graveyard. They were taking advantage of Zemo, trying to go in, but another Blizzard wants to keep him in place.
Yeah, they're stuck. And right now, you have to find a way around cover. They were able to manage that just in time. Mini Carter's set for another beat, though, here, which will be able to list him into sight. Knocked away is the May. Still trying to pull into it. Mitchell trying to find their place, but Emog takes out Luda T. Their Beast found Skippy, too. And now with Beast on site, all the rest of the job has been accomplished here. That's a 3-piece there from Beast. At the end of the day, another team kill. And the flip will make sure a second one goes on the board. Just one more to cap here for the title.
One left to go, and Hebron, it's their lucky day. They just need to go to Palace. It means they get their positioning again on this objective. We're very happy about that. You have the cage blade up from Emong. There's just no answer unless it goes super long, and for some reason Skippy allowed to build up this rush. But knowing Hebron, they're not going to let that happen.
No, exactly. Piece in the front door easily here as they fight into what is difficult. That's the pulse bomb that starts everything else off. And now Death Blossom, but you don't need it. You're already chasing him off there. So on the way to the next point, just go ahead and wipe on the way. Give yourself the advantage and the positioning here onto this point. And for the third captain, he brought well on their way to victory here.
And it was, again, minimal commitment, pulse bomb, cage fight, that's good.
Right. Yep.
Bixby, though, this is kind of their big turn that they've been wanting to take. Chicken, this cage fight's going to be harder. Beast can just jump in it whenever he wants and just press Q and everybody dies. So you have to be very careful about where this Reaper is located if you are the ones to be in here.
Tsune rush, and now looking to basically end it with a dance. It gets counter cage fight too. But the Death Blossom, they did lose track. He's got 2 in the process of nullifying anything that they were looking to accomplish with that cage fight. Even out. Yes, you can icicle, but only for so long. They're on you too. He's almost survived that, by the way, but he couldn't quite get away from his life.
Yeah, Mini Carter did everything in his power to try to keep his Reaper alive. Won't be enough. He's actually getting all the elimination. And that was kind of the concern. You see Beast with that ultimate. And that's not going to end well. But speaking of ending well, it's starting great. Mini Carter took a bullet to the face and will have to reset there. Hebron backing off now towards the objective. Have a ton of tools in their arsenal. I'd like to see them use Lunacy, put him on the high ground, try to zone out with his Deadeye.
Exactly. It's a Blizzard. Imagine that combination actually would land. Sure, it's a difficult point to be able to get it done. Actually, you'll lose the Deadeye in the process, though. That's the one thing it felt like you couldn't do in that moment. And how that's going to make it more difficult is to be able to at least shield in, make sure nobody else is hitting down here in the meantime. The overtime, though, will only be inevitable in the way of Hebron as they secure that final point. They're your League OS champions here for 2026. Congratulations to Hebron.
Congratulations to them. A long, hard-fought battle from this team and near perfection from start to finish. The Hawks will take it. And their title of being the best Esports teams for Overwatch in the country shall remain here today. And Beast, if I had to give an MVP, absolutely would go to this guy.
You have to. Bright future for a young talent like this, and get excited about it because your future is ahead of you for sure. Just it wasn't just the Reaper either, which was fantastic. But they could do basically anything they wanted to. Obviously enabled by their supports, but yeah, their plays were different. They were able to manage to find spots that just weren't detected whatsoever. whatsoever. The Blossom didn't have to bail them out. They knew exactly how to trap you. Those flanks were absolutely disgusting. Wasn't able to find it. So well-earned victory for sure. And if you're Bixby, hold your heads high. You got to compete at this main stage. You got to make the trip out from Oklahoma as well. Second place is an awesome title to have as well. Sure, you fell a little bit short, but I like that from them being able to advance as far as they did too.
Making it this far against one of the best teams that
It's
you
awesome.
are going to find within your region is
That's
a
right.
feat that should not be understated at all. And I think when you look ahead for what is for both of these teams, I'd like to see them continue to grow. These programs have been fantastic to support their students, get them to this point, and continue to give them the opportunities to compete further on into this competition. It's fantastic that League OS has been able to show these varsity high school teams here at the end of the day.
Ebron's been doing it for such a long time, and they get the victory here as well. I'm sure not only they're excited, but their parents here as well, and being able to recognize just how strong and talented these players are from Texas. Carrollton has their way of being able to generate the future of esports, it feels like. Here in Texas, what an appropriate place to be. I feel like Texas is basically the home here, able to defend home turf or this team. A great job from Hebron yet again. And of course, League OS all about that recruiting pipeline as well that they've been able to develop. So for a lot of these students, maybe college is the next step to be able to compete in.
And that's the point of this tournament to begin with, is to highlight the talent that is the next up and coming for all of those colleges that are watching, whether it's here on the website. You have all of these stats, you have all of these different things that you could use to look, see what is out there for these students if college is their next path. And this is absolutely the place for them to be, not to mention all of the collegiate competition that is going on around them. Even as we were casting here, we had a grand finals for a collegiate Overwatch match that was happening, and I hope it's something that the players can take the opportunity, talk to some of these players, talk to some of these coaches, get to know what is around them, and explore a potential further path.
That's right, and obviously with the parental support too, and then a lot of decisions to be made along the way, right? It's exactly like what college do you want to study at from an academic standpoint too, but you see just how many schools are not only participating, but at such a high level too, and scholarships are on the table, and as far as the talent that I've saw in this lobby, I think that might be a future for these high schoolers too, so we encourage them for sure to look into all options as they explore, exactly where they want to be in the future. Hebron certainly got a bright one, but so do the Bixby crew for sure. So shout out to every student, every parent here that took place in League OS, not just here at this event, but basically throughout the entirety of League OS and their premier high school league too.
Yeah, and I think that, especially for a lot of these coaches who take extra time out of their day to come be these students' support, give them the opportunity to compete, give them that guidance and the experience of being on a team. I think at high school esports, I wish I had this when I was in high school.
Yes.
To begin with, because it is such a great social activity. It's one of the best ways that you can build up a lot of these soft skills that are used in everyday life. And the fact that they get to have the experience to do that, and with the guidance of a coach and the support of the parents and staff that are behind them. But that's going to go ahead and do it here for us on the Overwatch, and we're going to go ahead, send into a quick break. We have the League OS Rocket League Finals coming up here in just a little bit.
live, everybody, to the Forge Scholastic Esports Championships, where we've been featuring League OS Premier Playoffs, and we continue that right now. We just got done with Overwatch Finals. We crowned a champion in Hebron. They also have another team, and they're playing for third place right now. They're playing against the Mustangs in Rocket League to try to get that third place title.
Yeah, we were joking that Hebron High School feels like the fixture of the high school esports
Yeah.
world right now, with how many
Yep.
teams that they had here, how many teams they're competing. I was watching them play Valorant over there, and someone was telling me they have a Radiant on the team at that young, and it's just crazy to see the talent that's being developed by the League OS, atmosphere.
Yeah, exactly. That ecosystem features a lot of talented teams, and from no other place than right here in Texas as well, in Carrollton. So they're looking for that third place matchup. Mustangs here as well. This will be a best of 5, by the way, as we'll get updates from the finals that are happening from League OS 2. So we get the best of both worlds, get to feature these awesome players. They'll have their chance on this big, amazing stage that's in front of us, literally in the arena of Boeing Center at Techport. There's no bigger moment for these students at the end of the day.
100%. And so let's set the stage here a little bit.
Yeah.
Bearlight, right? It was a lot of teams competing in this online qualifier for the chance basically to come here to this LAN environment to play the Premier Playoffs on the stage. And Mustang came out of nowhere. They were very dominant, right? And there was high expectations for them when they got here to the stage, right? To the space, to the Boeing Center at Techport. And then they just, unfortunately, were not able to secure any wins. And that's how they've fallen into this third place match. But it's a time for redemption, because one of those teams they were so close to finding a victory against was Hebron.
That's right, and Hebron, it's been together for a while now, actually. Cat Dot, I know, has been part of this roster for a minute. Joshing is now, of course, joining the trio that we have in front of us. Ferrero will round out that roster, too. Hebron, he's talked about the depth as well. It's not just across titles, but also as far as, like, Rocket League players are concerned. They have more than just the three, but these three themselves have obviously been representing them in all the best ways.
And you said you know this team pretty well, right?
Yeah.
So who's like the primary striker that's going to be going for those goals versus who's that defensive back line?
Yeah, absolutely. So Ferreira is certainly one to watch for as far as being dynamic in a whole lot of senses, right? You can be a playmaker as far as being able to strike, yes, but then be able to just instantly be the one setting up all the plays in addition to that. And I think Ferreira is certainly one that I'm watching out for. Meanwhile, Alati for the Mustangs is one to watch too. Jackson, those two have had a combination. Pug Butter, obviously, a stellar third, which means being that staple to really enable the rest of your team to create plays, passing lanes, things like this.
Mm-hmm. And as we mentioned again, it was kind of a round robin pseudo playoff structure where, again, if you escaped as a top seed, you got to go to grand finals. If not, you played for that grand finals versus the third place matchup that we're seeing here today. And with that, these two teams faced off against each other, and it went the full leg 5 series to see who was going to be one of those teams that was able to go up for that chance at the grand finals, right? Versus automatically being here in the third place match like Mustang. So they have a lot to prove again, because they were so close to being in that position of having that one win that Hebron did. So we're getting ready to jump into the action. Bearlight, once again, it is the League OS Premier Playoffs, Rocket League, Mustang versus Hebron.
Third place on the line for these two teams as we head into game number 1. We're bringing you in just about a minute in, and see if Hebron can just add to their collection of titles. And right now, they're looking to get the first on the board. A good denial there on the short side post, however. But you see the pressure already starting for the Mustang High School, rather, as Cat Dot now trying to play from the sidewall as well. Jackson will do the same. Launches in. Joshing was there. Not able to challenge top of the box, but denied and right back out here. And you can tell just the pace is going to be super quick here on this mid right now.
Yeah, and I like how Mustang is keeping somebody on the mid lane just in case. And Chase from the mid lane comes in for the goal, sneaking one out early here. And again, as the underdog team, it is great to see them on the board first.
Yes, Jackson, great job. They realized that nobody would be there in the mid, so just banked it off the wall and said, you can do the rest. A 1-0 lead for Mustang High School. That's what you wanted to see, especially after Hebron got you the first time around here.
Hebron, though, strike early, getting on the Mustangs' defensive side, and just like that, it's battled right back. This is where Mustang are going to start thriving, and an early demo is going to just further that agenda.
And now, though, Elati right on it. You chase them back, allow them to shadow, just mounting pressure and the physicality. Too much to handle.
Ooh. And you said that Elati was going to be that playmaker, and I'm starting to see why, right? That was seconds into the ball respawn that goes driven through.
Well played. So now you got to kind of relax a little bit here if you're Hebron. It's still very early in this best of 5, granted, so they'll take that deep breath as Chase now will push it into the zone a little bit further with a 50-50, and look, Jackson, no hesitation, up in a hurry, 3-0.
This is looking like the Mustang High School that we saw on the road to San Antonio. Dominance, and the last time these two teams fought, it was 1 goal, 2 goals within each other. It was not this substantial of a lead on the majority of the maps, and now it's just a question of 3 minutes left. Hebron can start battling it back.
And maybe it's just like that edge a little bit is off, and it doesn't feel good that you don't get first, but 3rd place on the line, and they are coming with a mission. A chance here from Hebron. Still 3 minutes left here in this game number 1, all things considered. There'll be a lot to try to chase it down here at the midline, though. Joshing was running low on boost, too, and Eladi say exactly the same. Cat thought up to mid, but that's as far as they get. Jackson right back in, has a teammate. They almost get back to it as well. Eladi wanted to take a shot, but couldn't quite fire.
This is the issue right now. It's great if you're keeping them out of the goal, but at this point, Hebron needs it to be on the opposing side, and it's never really been in that blue territory. So flawless here right now, 4-0 for the Mustangs, charging towards a dominant map 1, and this time it wasn't a lot. It was Chase getting some action.
That's exactly it. Getting in and letting the teammates fly here, too. And you saw a little bit of a smirk there from them as well when they put that one in. They're like, yeah, we know. We're good. We're thriving right now in this game number 1.
Well, here we go once again. 1v1 there right in front of the goal. Supports come in. Finally, Hebron has some control, it feels like, and are trying to get it back over the midline.
Eladi now finding Jackson. Almost had that moment. Joshing stood in the way. Still low on boost, though. The boost control has certainly been favoring Mustang High School right now. Also trying to edge it towards the front. But Eladi finally will just fall back into place, and rightfully so, out of boost as the 3rd man, looking to kind of rally the troops here. As now, first pressure, Hebron finally getting on the board. A monkey off the back, if you will.
Really nice sneak in there from Ferreira. And you mentioned that boost. We finally saw them get a little bit, and that's when the ball started shifting back towards that Mustang defensive line. And I'm surprised they were able to get that set up so effectively when it was kind of like a 1v2 joust for that ball.
Exactly. That's what speed, and then being able to recognize and be creative with how you approach and get those touches. Well played for sure. So now you get that little momentum. Sometimes 1 is all it takes. And certainly that's an opportunity as well. Jackson dives in front just in time. Eladi, you got to be careful. Down on this run. You see the counterattack can happen so fast. You can be pushing, and then all of a sudden you realize that they have you the other way. You got to be careful.
Yeah, I liked how he got both of those defenders right behind it, blocked it, and are right back towards that mid lane, right back into Mustang territory.
As Eladi will take over from here. Gotta be pretty surgical with that one. Ran out of boost. That shot taken, but a good recovery save here for Mustang High School. As now they'll float it high, and Jackson will just kind of chip and chase. But realistically, they give away possession, so Cat Dot was on it. But it was only temporarily there on the sidewall. Jason on it as well. A heavy dunk. Mustangs are on fire to kick off this 3rd place match.
And that one felt like more of a solo effort there from Chase coming in the clutch. You kind of saw the 6 come in at the last second. But yeah, no. Mustangs are very clearly out in the forefront. About to reach that minute mark as we get the ball respawn. And this time, he brought early control, but it's immediately seized back.
And now Cat Dot, well, actually thought a teammate was there, but they had been bumped out of the play, so that will allow Hebron to regroup now. It's Cat Dot. Oh, dangerous play. Can't leave it on the doorstep. Chase will finish.
And it looked like he was tracking right behind it, trying to get it away from the goal, but just barely too late there. And Chase comes in right as Cat Dot's trying to knock it away. So yeah, Mustang up 6-1 here, starting to lose out on really any opportunity to make up this lost ground.
Exactly, kind of like calling his bluff, right? It's like, hey, you're going to go across your net. I feel like you don't have much boost in the tank, and that's exactly what happened. You take advantage of it. Now a 6-1 lead is commanding from what we're expecting here from Mustang High School. It's been exactly that. You see K-Dot looking to gather something, the flip reset, his spark of life. A big play will do that and really get your comms buzzing, as it were.
Oh, they were so on the offensive, though, that Chase snuck in with some extra boost behind that player, and I'm surprised that that wasn't a great goal opportunity.
You see it. This will swing around here, Cat. Not 2 there, though. That's a double commit. They're positioning a bit surrendered here, and so that one flies right back out. And this is those little mistakes that you're seeing. Even when Hebron advances forward, it kind of falls a little bit flat, as they will in game number 1. As now time to get down. trying to find at least one to gain a little bit of momentum if you're Hebron, but all said and done here in game number 1 as Mustang High School take it with a purpose here.
Yeah, again, we mentioned it. They are the ones to prove. They know that they're not an 0-3 team. They were, I think, 5-2 again on that road to San Antonio or something of that nature. Very dominant, very undisputed, and that's exactly what this victory in Series 1 was.
Yeah, exactly. 4 for 5 shooting for Chase as well, so that is a high percentage of what you're looking for there too. But what stands out to me is the 3 assists as well from Jackson, so finding some help. If you talk about a playmaker, Jackson really will set you up to an E. Sometimes it's just a tap in, so like goals won't tell the full story. As far as his ability to be able to create passes, harder than it looks when you have a defense pretty much dialed in this case, found exact right spots to put that ball and let the rest of his teammates go to work there.
And so now we shift the focus onto Hebron and what can be fixed going into game 2, right? And that's where I'm going to pose that question to you, because you mentioned, again, the boost control was heavily favoring the Mustangs. We saw that, right, in terms of how it was interfering with the knockout ability, the goals defending, and maybe even some of that possession of the ball as well. What do they need to work on?
Exactly. Quicker challenges need to be the case here, because when you're low on resources, it's very easy to kind of fall into this pit of, I need to go find boosts and sacrifice my positioning in the meantime. That's not always the case. You can go and challenge even without boosts, and sure, you're a little bit slower in the play, but if you're there in position, rather than leave it for a teammate who's farther up, got to be able to close those gaps in a hurry to make sure that you're back in this.
Lottie definitely was sneaking out. You talked about that early challenge. That is a prime example. Narrowly misses. Great sees from Hebron, and is back on the Mustang side and right back to Hebron's court.
Yeah, it's that back and forth game, right? Plays more defensively. Just floated to the front was a Lottie. As Chase was eyeballing Jackson, but skate out to stand in the way, as Jackson now will be bested in that moment. Lottie bails him out. Still not in harm's way, though. You're looking for the back wall challenge. Now Cat Dot couldn't quite direct it on target, as that one flew just past him.
At this point, you got to fall back, get some boost, and then get right back to the fight. It's Chase versus the entirety of Hebron, and the support is finally coming through from Lottie.
A great job to jump in the way there for Cat Dot, and that's what I'm talking about. Low boost, doesn't matter. Got to be able to make a play, but they're still feeling like they're on their heels to some degree. Got like step 1, be able to dig out from your own side. Step 2 is being able to play. Finally, Cat Dot is able to collect some, and they'll have their presence. Offense, there's Joshing. What a save on that side. Incredible save, but they follow up as Hebron does eventually break through. It was a valiant effort there defensively, but a 1-0 lead there.
And it was so close to being a goal that production thought it was going in. That's how clean the defense was, but then the immediate rebound, and it still ends up being Hebron on the board first.
Man, it seemed inevitable anyways. Like, you did so much to earn that too. And think about it this way. Like, when you're down by that devastating margin in game number 1 that you couldn't quite dig out of, you want that quick response. Granted, Mustang coming right back at you, never letting that room to breathe. It still feels good to be the first one to strike and then really prove to yourselves that you can be the team that actually won this series last time.
And especially after such a one-sided game number 1. And I feel like Mustang, they've been exploiting those gaps, been very quick and easy towards it. Hebron are now managing a lot more control this time around, playing it safer, trying to, again, contain the energy that is this raging stallion. And again, it's a lot more passive time, it feels like, in center field. But what just happened? Looked away and it's gone. Cat Dot.
A low 50-50 set it up. That read right there is what happened, right? Yeah, and it bounced up, hit ceiling high, and you just happen to be right place, right time. Sometimes that'll develop. Mustang was caught with boost because you just expect them to advance forward, so you're like, I got some time. You didn't quite have that time, 2-0.
Okay, here we go. Joshing, scaling. Air fight misses the back. Cat Dot doesn't align either.
Swings back. Cat Dot's like, hey, well, I love that, right? Go back, you can back pass, just gain possession back. You don't have to give it away. And that's what they've been doing a lot better too. There's situations where holding on to it way more effective and be able to at least buy time for the rest of your team to grab boost too. I think they've been playing for each other a lot better in this game.
Look, there were some nice passes going on, a little trico, but it gets destroyed by Lottie Demo, and now that's Hebron wrestling it back towards their attempt at the goal.
Cat Dot is patient with that one. Again, the back pass. Finding the lanes very well. But Mustang High School, they're keeping it close to this 2-0 mark because they can read it. They're able to stand in the pathways that Hebron's trying to create, so they've been doing a better job for that, but still 2:08 left and need a couple, and you got Cat Dot right on it too. Great fake as he went up in the air. Drew one defender out. Still got Chashing though, directs it with a great double touch. Lottie still wants to be able to get it away. Jackson finally, but they're still low on boost. And the pressure remains, not able to get the first shot off with the second one. Somehow Mustang High School get out with their lives, but the pressure is immense.
The defense right now is screaming. They know they have to keep this close. They want a chance to make that comeback, reaching the minute-and-a-half mark.
Joshing, and Lottie grabs the 100 boost on the way out. Cat Dot will just watch this one float above you. Not much you can do here. As Chase finally relieving some pressure from Mustang High School. As this one floated in. And more time off this clock. More importantly, you got the 2-0 lead currently. Minute 18 left. Well, it is great to avoid one. A strong 50-50 as well to get past the second. Now with the last man back, you just punch it in. But Lottie and Chase, between the two of them, just couldn't quite direct that one on target either.
See Jackson again in the defensive powerhouse, this time going the offensive, trying to do it all himself, scaling the minute mark. Ooh, but intercepted by Cat Dot, and once again, leading the charge back towards the Mustang goal line.
No quit though, 1-2 punch, that's how quick it can happen. And Mustang High School cut the lead in half with plenty of time remaining in Rocket League. 53 seconds is nothing. Jackson caught a great pass. That assist perfect. Exactly how you want to move in transition for the Mustang.
They're my unsung hero right now for Mustang again. Yeah, the number of goals they've already denied to keep this close, to keep it within that one goal parameter. That's typical of this series, this head-to-head like we were expecting to see. Let's see if they can pull out another one here.
Chase finding Jackson. That's a great setup. Lottie wanted to pre-jump that too. It almost had it. That was the ideal 1-3. They're still to the box. Ferrara had a tough time trying to get it away. It eventually got it past that last man. Now time down under 30 seconds. Joshing, finding Ferrara. That shot high though. Now Cat Dot with the follow-up. Good touch away. Now Hebron just need to hold on. It feels like it's getting close for sure. But with 17 seconds left, it's Jackson cut away by one. Lottie eludes them too. That was a huge clear. And now you got to go to the length of the pitch here in order to try and close it out. As Chase finds the Lottie, they will keep it alive. Jackson waits, but it will hit the ground, and Hebron will sneak by, we'll say, with that game number 2.
Yeah, great try from Mustang there, like you mentioned, keeping it towards peripheral, keeping it up in the air, trying to just juggle it over towards that Hebron goal. They were so far away that there really was no hope to close up that one goal deficit. So this is kind of the performance we were expecting to see. Very, very, again, a lot of mid-time, and it to be within that one goal parameter.
Yes, for real. I definitely agree. And for me, Mustang High School though, they're coming at you, Hebron. You got to be mentally strong here in this game number 3 coming up here. Yeah, again, you have to really play for one another, have efforts across the way from everybody here. See, they understand that though. They know the mission at hand. They've been able to do it in the past, and contributions from everywhere are great. But you had 2 players there getting generating 5 shots there, for Hebron. You want to have a little bit more, but granted, even without boost, when they're struggling to find resources, they still found a way. That talks about the resilience of this team to be able to manage to get that win and force a game 3 dead even here.
And it's crazy how many attempts Mustang had, though, I think, because, again, they are super aggro to you. And then the saves, we saw it was like 3-2-2. Like, they were very across the board in those clutch moments, keeping it as close as it was before they were able to get that first goal through. So it reminds me of the game 1 where they were able to get that goal almost immediately. And we need to have that momentum swap in their favor again, and then they go purely defensive. And I think, again, that's how they can get this lead back in the series as we're tied up 1-1 on the entire best of 5.
1-1, Lottie. Kickoff. Want to spark something early here for Mustang. Continue that same momentum. Cat Dot without boost. Not much you can do. Look at Jackson already up for this one. Going for back wall, looking for the double. Shut down with the great positioning on the back wall from Ferrara. And he plays it out. Here's a Lottie to punch it back in. He's got Chase there at the midfield. And it's a floater. Probably shouldn't have been difficult there for Hebron. They do eventually get back into place and able to chop it away, but Mustang continued that same prowess we saw from game 2.
Aggressive demo there on that exactly attempt. And again, though, Mustang are controlling it so much on this Hebron side that this felt imminent. Jackson gets the first goal for Mustang High School. This is the early game momentum we thought Mustang needed, and they have just established it again. That was so just dominant, so one-sided. It was like one gets tempo, the next comes back in, a consistent pressure.
Exactly, and that's all about that good rotation, plus, you know, Chase standing tall in that moment with the 50-50, like, instead of bailing out all the way corner side in order to get that job done. It's a fantastic job from Mustang to stick with it. Elati wants more, though. He doesn't have any boost, though. It'll drop down to the ground. Jackson will turn on it. 2 up for Hebron, and they get it past him, too. Elati looking for Chase, but that pass eludes him. Chase not done, though, right there. But you see Ferrara able to jump at it as well and get the passing lane denied before they can develop any further.
Yeah, Ferrara definitely on the hot seat. It was quieter last map, but it's having great impact keeping it away from the goal line. This time, though, it's Joshing nearly tracking, intercepting. Still creeping towards it. Great save from Joshing. But again, it's imminent. Jackson, this consistent pressure is mounting yet again to Fairlight.
Still mounting, finally. Make their way to midfield. That's a good flick past 1. Make it 2. Jackson finally able to dial in and find it. And Elati to chase, and back out they go. Build presence from Cat. They will direct it inside. Jackson found it too. Joshing left to just kind of trace their steps backwards, although it'll serve as a pass. But the tripping over one another there from Mustang High School, they got to clean that up here, otherwise Hebron might find some chances as they develop in with 3 minutes left in this game 3.
Yeah, again, spacing so far, but the pass is clean from Hebron. Jackson knocking it back. Here's that coordination you wanted to see a little bit more, and it is scaling fast here towards the Hebron lines.
Cats wasn't able to quite find this one. They leave it for Ferreira. Try to dial back out, but they're having such a tall time trying to get past this midfield. Yet again, Elati with that presence. Finally, a shot taken. Look at the pre-flip there. Jackson, a great reactionary save, though. That happened quickly. Cat still not done. Joshing was there to top of the box, but chopped away by Mustang High School. But they are feeling the pressure. It's coming at you in multiple different ways. And they will finally relieve it here at midfield as they flick it back in. And nobody's there. Hello? What a flick there. Jackson just realized they were compromised, and why not just make a pay?
And that is a crazy dichotomy. Again, Mustang already on the board first. We're like super defensive. 3 players hoarding the goal line, and then immediately as it flips, Hebron just can't make it back in time. Out of boost, and Mustang get that safety net now of an additional goal here as we hit the 2-minute mark.
Joshing cheated up a little bit. I think they might have been anticipating a little bit more progress forward, and that's Mustang just recognized it. Jackson doing a great job. We mentioned with being a playmaker, but now coming in and finding those little spots defensively to expose. Love to see it. Jackson's still on this one. Joshing looking for that pass. Denied here by Elati. Punched right back in. They'll chase it down. Are not able to find it here as Jackson goes right back to it. Mustang High School not quitting. Chase had to be careful there. 3rd man back without boost. Trying to still manage that. Nobody available. This shot will land. Herrera right back at you, boy.
Yeah, it kind of peeled off after the ball went sideways, and like you mentioned, it's not managing it effectively. Really nice clean shot there from Ferreira, and just like that, again, there's that safety net gone. 1.5 minutes, like you mentioned prior, plenty of time to make up this extra goal. And that's where this early control is going to be important. It feels like Hebron narrowly had it, but Chase on the chase here.
Still getting bullied, it felt like in the corner. But Elati stands tall there. It's a good dunk to keep it within the zone. Jackson had his hands full, but quick turn. Elati will fire that one on target. Also had some support there for Chase, but it's tracked by Ferrara, and back out they go. 7 left. Has managed to cut the lead in half, finding a passing lane too, but Chase shut it down. Back to Joshing. They'll direct it far post. Jackson up in a hurry, right back up.